Salmanan. A bit of a sensitive topic. I know that YouTube will probably flag this video and demonetize it, but it's such a important and serious topic, and I've spoken about it before, and I want to touch on it again. Suicide, depression, anxiety. Um, if you have a brother, if you have a husband, if you have a son, please, please, please listen. Yesterday, a very, very well known rugby player, Nick Costa, passed away. Suspicions around him taking his life in suicide. Obviously, publicly, people aren't going to be talking about that, but those are just the suspicions that are out there, or the apparentlys that the media spaces are taking. We do understand, Uguti, in today's time, when there's a cause of death, we know, we told. With everyone else, they kind of speak around the topic. We lost Ulrike Rick, lost DJ Twitch. I think Ellen DeGeneres' DJ. There's been many. In my own personal life, I've lost 4 friends to suicide. Again, this is a topic where people just scan over and like, oh my God, it's morbid. But the reality is, in this country alone, you are dealing with 3 out of 4 suicides being men. Globally, 76% of suicides are men. And it seems like people don't care, until it's your son, So if you're a father, if you're a mother, until it's your son, and all of a sudden, then you'll be the biggest activist, for male depression, for males' mental health. Last month, June was males health month. No one was speaking about it. Everybody was speaking about pride. Yeah, sharp, there's nothing wrong. Speak about pride, celebrate pride. But the reality is there's a month that looks after men, or rather should look after men, where we have these discussions, and guys aren't having it. We speak about GBV, but no one is really wanting to unpack and explain and to find the causes of why there's so many angry men out there, and how they are failing to express themselves in the correct manner, using their words, and not actually going and beating up our sisters or our little kids. We don't want to speak about these things. We'd rather just, oh, these guys are animals. Until it's your son, you will understand what I'm trying to say. Men cannot process the anger, the pain, the frustrations in modern society. We are bleeding, but we are bleeding quietly, silently. We move into our little caves as everything is okay. All 4 of my friends that took their lives were fathers. 3 of the 4 were husbands. These are working men who provide for their families. And they took their life. Rick, working man, took his life, left the family behind. DJ Twitch, took his life. Husband, father, Nick Costa, left 2 young girls behind and a wife. The question is, why is it that these married men, they are the bulk of the guys that are taking their lives? Family men, fathers, why is it that these are the guys? There's many causes for depression, and we really don't know the solution. There's people that take those electronic ECTs, there's medication around depression, but again, what is causing this? I know for me as a father, regardless of how I feel, I'm still expected to carry myself in a certain way. I'm not saying there's no pressure for mothers. I'm saying it's a different pressure for fathers. As husbands, there's a pressure in the family to provide and protect. I'm not saying that there's no pressure for wives. I'm saying it's a different type of pressure. So if you look at something like, let's say, just the economical, the financial climate that we're currently in, there's still a pressure for the men to provide. Yes, the sisters are coming to to assist financially, but it's not the same as the pressure that men have. You know, the way in which we handle our families, the way in which we play and exist with our kids. There's fathers who don't have access to their kids. All of that plays and takes its toll on the mental health of men. Again, I'm not trying to shit on anyone, but the idea of being this knight in shining armor, you know, on your white horse, regardless of what happens, if there's a banging on the door at 2 o'clock in the morning, you're expected to be able to step up, regardless of how bad the economy is. You're expected to be able to bring home some bacon, you know. That plays its role. I don't have any solutions. I know for a fact that when a person is depressed and is going to that dark place, sure, guys, we can try and take them to professional help. We can try and put them on meds, but if they in that dark space, there's no clear solution on how to pull them out. You know, having spoken to some of my friends' parents, spoken to some of their partners post their suicide, you know, the blame, the guilt that they carry. Guys, it's not your fault. It's not your fault. You know, I know a lot of you would say, well, what did I miss? I should have listened to him more. I should have put less pressure on him. It's not your fault. It really isn't your fault. But again, this video hopefully is just to spark a conversation. You know, we've lost another great man yesterday. How many need to die until this becomes something serious? Until we as a people can sit back and actually discuss and, you know, aid the upcoming generation. I don't know. I have no idea. But it's the numbers are just doing this. You know, if you look at if you Google, there's more suicides in the world than there's homicides. You know, people killing themselves at a higher rate than being like it just blows my mind. And close to 80% of that is men. You know, men, guys. Some of us have brothers, we've got sons, you know, and for us it's just a big concern. And again, if you have a brother, if you have a husband, if you have a boyfriend, if you have a son, if you're a man, please find spaces and pockets where you can release this negative energy in the most productive way, or the most safest way. You know, I love going to gym, I love fighting, I love shooting my guns. You know, those are ways for me to release some of that anger. But I also have financial pressure. I also have pressure of being a father and a partner. There's all those pressures that I also feel. So I get you, and especially the financial one where you're expected to really be able to step up. I get you. Living in a social media world where there's constant comparisons of, look where he took her, look at what he did for her, look at the new car that this guy just bought, look at there's always those pressures. I get that, you know. Maybe if it means take a step back from social media, maybe if it means Wuti, take a step back from some of the friends that are guiding you in the wrong place. I don't know. I don't have a solution, but I'm hoping that this video sparks a conversation. I'm hoping that this video is shared with different people, and people that have experienced depression, anxiety, and suicide can tune in, you know, and talk. And even if they personally haven't experienced it, maybe they have someone close to them who've experienced it, and they can share the walk, and, you know, how you've dealt with the pain, and how you've dealt with the darkness and the losses that you've had. But yeah, guys, like, ngiyantanda, man. I just look after yourselves. Look after your brothers. Look after your male friends, female friends. Look after your sons. Look after your husbands. You know, it's a very, very dark world. Condolences to everyone who's lost a brother, a father, a son. Condolences to Nick's family for their loss, and to all the families that have lost the pillars from suicide. Sharp, guys.